Mr. Wang, based on your own experience, I would like you to try and explain how we can design a public-private cooperation that will really create a win-win situation for all involved, win for government, win for the people, create profit for the companies, and at the same time provide development.
Well, I believe that introducing our company SEA will provide a good benchmark of how the public and private sectors working together can create win-win partnerships. SEA Trading is a apparel manufacturing company that exports to multiple markets around the world. Our manufacturing base stretches across both hemispheres, with the majority of factory operations in Guatemala and Nicaragua and in the West, and in Vietnam and Indonesia and in the East. Our most recent factory expansion projects now under construction include Haiti and Cambodia. And we are exploring our part of the developing world, looking for new countries for opportunity where we can build manufacturing plants of tomorrow. SEA established its first offshore factory in Guatemala many years ago. After taking into consideration competitive wage level, factory productivity potential, and adequate infrastructure in place, and government incentives and support. Not long after, SEA determined that nearby Nicaragua harbored several unique competitive advantages, making that our second country of factory investment expansion. Competitive advantages such as abundant labor, duty exemption for import into the U.S. market, and a very business-friendly local government that made it easy to set up and run a business there. Things like free trade zones for textiles, simplified customs clearance procedures, and other administrative support. The Southeast Asian countries of Vietnam and Indonesia were also found to possess a very business-friendly environment, and SEA expanded its manufacturing base into the area in recent years. In each case, the public sector played a key role in attracting our investment into their respective countries. These included ensuring adequate infrastructure, simplifying business regulations, and providing other incentives to make for a business-friendly environment. Our Haiti project demonstrates the latest win-win partnership. Looking at this example shows the critical importance of the public sector's role to attract business investment by implementing aggressive incentives and policies that act as a magnet for investment. In the very beginning, when SEA first looked at Haiti as a potential country for investment, our task force team conducting a feasibility study gave the initial Haiti report to the chairman, a very telling title. They called it the top 10 obstacles to Haiti investment. Whatever opportunities that exist were overshadowed by the difficulties. Whatever potential that existed was hidden by this list of obstacles. Obstacles included power, or the rather lack of a reliable supply, and whatever was available was prohibitively expensive compared to the rest of the world. Also, on the list were other infrastructure inadequacies to include the road, ports, and water availability, as well as government bureaucratic red tape issues, lack of a skilled workforce, and the list goes on. However, thanks to a very empathetic U.S. State Department, a very accommodating IADB, and a very supportive government of Haiti, this list of obstacles was addressed. Specific help from the U.S. government included their proposal to build a power plant, modernize the local seaport, and create housing. Support from the IDB included the offer to create the industrial park itself, construct more than 21st century eco-friendly factory building inside the park, and finance our machinery and operations. The government of Haiti has been very supportive and making great effort to improve the business-friendly environment for which we are thankful. Without this cooperation and help from across the whole public sector and close coordinating support from the U.S. State Department, this project would not have been realized. SEA's government manufacturing complex alone will create up to 20,000 jobs and will also bring into the country for the first time vertical fabric mill and dyeing capability and capacity. We will make a concerted effort together with all our partners to make this project a best practice example for others to follow. In conclusion, I think that the public sector's role is crucial in creating a business-friendly environment that attracts investment by mitigating obstacles and enhancing incentives. Thank you.
A more vibrant role. Now, the private sector is pretty faint and weak in a number of small and vulnerable economies in a number of LDCs. So what I would like to ask you, Mr. Wang, these skills and this capacity, this knowledge often is with the private sector. So how can this knowledge be transferred? What kind of role what kind of cooperation can take place from private sector to private sector and building capacity in countries that clearly might become potential markets or are already markets that can grow further?
Yes, in our experience, the private sector holds three roles in building developed countries' trade capacity and competitiveness. One, do what you are good at. A strong investment commitment in the private sector's core competency is required. As an apparel manufacturer, SEA has a strong background and know-how in manufacturing garments. SEA's core competency is manifested in its increased product capacity and efficiency to be competitive. One of the drawbacks of a strong investment in the core competency is job creation. As mentioned before, in each country that we have partnered with, SEA is the largest employer in garment manufacturing. From Guatemala and Nicaragua to Indonesia and Vietnam, we employ approximately 35,000 employees. With the rise of garment manufacturing industry, satellite businesses spring up to support the industry. Entrepreneurial men and women set up businesses to manufacture boxes, buttons, needles, and other products and services. People skilled in machinery set up shops to maintain and repair machineries at factories. Food and beverage businesses spring up to provide nourishment to factory workers. Private sector investment into its core competency will not only create and expand its industry for trade, but also help spread business entrepreneurs to create more jobs for a more stable economy. Two, do the right thing. The private sector has a corporate social responsibility to its employee and community. A simple job creation is not enough for the developing countries to launch themselves into developed countries. Continuous support of both public and private support are required to improve the immediate conditions of the developed countries. In all of SEA's operations, domestic and overseas, CSR is practiced to make a small but positive impact in the community as well as to seek a long-term benefit in the future. Concerted efforts of the private sector to perform its CSR in conjunction with public sector assistance will improve the conditions of these developed countries. At SEA, our CSR ranges from supporting the local orphanage in Guatemala to supporting the local police and fire department in Nicaragua, to support the Center for the Disabled in Vietnam to provide free sewing training services to the local community, among a host of other CSR activities. In preparation for our Haiti project, we have selected 20 bright young Haitians to train at our Nicaragua facility to work as managers at our soon-to-be opened factory in Haiti. We are also working with the public sector stakeholders to build the school near the factory for the local community. We believe happy employees make productive employees, and educated employees make productive employees, and we try to make happier lives for our employees and their community through our CSR program. CSR programs benefit private sectors by providing environment conducive to more productive employees to bring added competitiveness to the industry. 3. Engage the local and national public sectors. Lastly, the private sector must continue the dialogue with the public sector to continue to improve both the efficiency of the industry and to improve its corporate social responsibility through feedback, constructive criticism, and best practices. Many rules, regulations, and policies of the developing country are antiquated.